Hey guys, so recently I did a foundation dupes video which was really well received. Thank you guys for watching it, and I remember asking afterward, what kind of dupes do you want to see next? And somebody said that they wanted to see highlighter and bronzer dupes, and then I started to have a look for those highlighters and bronzers, and then I just came up with too much. So it got to a point where it's kind of like, okay, I'm not going to comprise all bronzers and highlights into one video. I'm going to do one video for highlighters and one video for bronzers. So the first one we're going to do, because I have more of them, is the highlighters. And again, I've been getting my pictures from Dupe Boss, so thank you Dupe Boss. I will leave their Instagram page link down below. Okay, so first is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora Glow Kit, which is $40, and the Face Candy Unicorn Glow Kit, which is $12. I most definitely believe that this is a dupe. Like when I have a look at the swatches that is on the two models' arms, they are very, very similar to one another. I will say that the swatches of the Face Candy Glow Kit it looks a little bit more chunky, not chalky, it just looks a little bit more like the consistency looks like it is probably a little bit thicker than the Anastasia one, but I could be deceived by the swatches, but that's just how it looks here. It just looks like it's a little bit more on the chunkier consistency, kind of sad, but that is most definitely a dupe if I have ever seen a dupe. Next is the NARS Albatross, which is $30 versus the NYX Ritualistic, which is $9. Now this is probably great for someone who's really fair, so this would not suit me. Is this a dupe? They're very similar to one another. I can't deny it. It's very similar, but I think the top one, the NYX one, has a little bit more gold in it, and the NARS one looks like it's a little bit more of a white with flecks of gold. Yeah, that's what that looks like, but I think they're very similar. Next is the Laura Geller Diamond Dust, which is $26 versus the Wet n Wild Highlighting Powder in Diamond Lily, which is $4.99. Now already they've got the similarity in the name where they both begin with the word diamond, and I think it's very fitting because this does look very reminiscent of a diamond. You know, all the different facets of a diamond. This is a really nice highlighter. It's not suitable for me by any means because this will just look like I have a silver stripe on the top of my cheekbones. So this probably would not be suitable for myself, but this, I think, by the looks of it, it looks like the Wet n Wild one is probably a little bit more pigmented than the Laura Geller one, but I guess it depends on how much highlighter the model used in her swatch for the Wet n Wild one, because that one, that looks blinding. That looks blinding. And also the Laura Geller one looks a little bit more sparkly. That looks like it has like little bits of glitter in it, and the Wet n Wild one just looks like it's more metallic looking. Oh, another Wet n Wild one, we have Ofra Rodeo Drive, which is $35, and again Wet n Wild in Golden Flower Crown, which is $4.99. I think the Wet n Wild one looks like it's a little bit more warm toned. The Ofra one, this looks a little bit more glittery, so I can see the flecks of the yellow gold, so it makes it look a little bit more, it looks a little cooler than the Wet n Wild one. It's a very similar highlight, but the Ofra one just looks a little bit more glittery because it looks a little bit more goldy. This shade, would it suit my skin tone? Probably, but I haven't tried either of them, so it's really hard to say, and especially as the swatch isn't on a person who has my skin tone, it's kind of hard to say, but that's okay. We're not just here to judge that. But do I think it's a dupe? I think it's similar, but I don't think it's like dead on. I do think it's similar. Next is the Becca Moonstone, which is $38 versus the Colourpop Lunch Money, which is $8. I like that name. As soon as I heard that name, I don't know why, it made me smile. Do I think that this is a dupe? I I don't feel like this is like, they're not that close. No, I don't feel like this is a dupe. Simply because, okay, in the pans, if you have a look at them, how they look in the pans, okay, they look very, very similar to one another. Like those shades, they look very, very similar. But the swatches, the Becca one, it looks a little bit more yellow. The top one, the ColourPop one, I just don't see that yellow pigment as much. I just see the shine. I just see the glistening shine. I can't say that these two are a dupe. Just from looking at the swatches here, I just can't say that they are a dupe. But I think that if you wanted something close, getting that ColourPop Lunch Money highlight, I don't think that you'll be disappointed, because the way that that is shining, oh my gosh. Okay, so next is the NARS New Order, which is $30, and the AOA Studio Luxe, which is $1. In the pans, they don't look the same. They don't look the same. The NARS one looks more pinky, and the AOA one, it's like that pink is like a little bit more of a richer, deeper kind of pink. Like the shades are not 100% the same. And even with the swatches, even though they're not lining up with one another, I can't say that those swatches are, I can't see it. I don't see the dupe. I just don't see it. I'm so sorry. I just don't see it. I mean, the only way that I guess it would match up is, you see the one, the AOA one where it says wet, it comes off more of the NARS shade when it's wet. I guess that's probably where the dupe is. I don't know. That's the only way, but dry, I don't feel like they are a dupe. Ooh, now this. The Anastasia Amrezy highlight, which is $28, and the Luxie Beauty Bombshell, which is $7.50. This is a dupe. This is a dupe straight away, no questions asked. This is a dupe. When I look at them in their pans, I could basically say, oh yeah, they're two gold highlighters, and then when I have a look at those swatches, I'm like, yes, yes, yes. But at the same time, I don't feel like I need to get either of those, because I've got gold highlighters which are probably very, very similar to these, and this is like a true gold, like true gold. It's not pale gold, it's not rose gold, it's not gold with, it's just a true gold, and I've got plenty of true gold, so I don't need to get either of them, but it doesn't mean that I can't admire them, because I really do. Next is the Becca Rose Gold, which is $38 versus the Physicians Formula in Rose Gold, which is $10.95. Now I'm wondering, did they just put these two together because they're both called Rose Gold? Because when I have a look at those swatches, there is nothing that is similar. It's just not similar. And even in the pans, they look very different. The butter highlighter, that one looks brown, and even the swatch looks brown with a little bit of gold on the top, and the Becca one, that just looks like rose gold to me. Like that's true rose gold. I don't think that this is a dupe. I don't think that if you were looking for the Becca Rose Gold that you should get the Physicians Formula Rose Gold. I don't think that it's a dupe. I've got to be 100% honest with you. I just don't think it's a dupe. Okay, so next is the Jeffree Star King Tut, which is $29, and the AOA Studio in Starlight, which is $3.50. There's definitely a similarity with these. Yeah, there's definitely a similarity with these. Whether or not they're dead on, I don't think they are 100% dead on from these pictures, but I definitely see that these are similar to one another. I think AOA Studio is something that I need to try out, because as they're popping up in these dupes, I'm like looking at those prices and I'm like, you know, these are good prices. Even if we're taking away the fact that we're duping stuff, just on the fact that they are at the price point that they're at, and the swatches that I'm seeing, like they look like quality products. Like I definitely want to try them out. Okay, so we've got the Becca Rose Gold again. This time it's up against the Wet n Wild Crown of My Canopy, which is $4.99, and this is more of a dupe. The bottom swatch, I'm assuming, is the one that we are looking at, like in the top picture of swatches, but the bottom one on her arm. That next to the Becca Rose Gold, now I'm starting to see a dupe. This looks like a dupe to me. So forget the butter bronzer by Physicians Formula. If you want a dupe of the Becca Rose Gold, get the Wet n Wild Crown of My Canopy. That looks like a rose gold. I don't think the finish is 100% the exact same, because the Becca one that has like little gold glitters, this one at the top looks like it's more of a metallic looking sheen, which is a little bit different from gold glitters, but the shade, the actual pigment itself looks very, very similar, and I think that is most definitely a dupe rather than Physicians Formula One. Okay, so Jeffree Star's Ice Cold, which is $29, versus the Makeup Revolution Ice Kiss, which is $9. I think the Jeffree Star one is a lot more blinding than the Makeup Revolution one, but I think if you were just looking for a similar color, like a silvery icy shade, then yes. But I don't think that, according to these, like going by these swatches, I don't think you'll get that blindingness from the Revolution one like you would the Jeffree Star one. So in that respect, they're probably not on the same level in that respect. But as for the silvery shade, yeah, they're pretty much the same. The Ofra Cosmetics Rodeo Drive, I think we had a look at this one, and the AOA Studio Snap, which is $1. These are similar as well. Yeah, these are quite similar as well. I mean, let's keep it 100% honest, right? When it comes to highlighters, there's a few shades which are like staples, like the silver, the gold, the rose gold. Those are like the main three kind of highlighters that you get. So I think a lot of the highlighters that you're gonna find are going to be very, very close to one another. In the pans, do they look like a dupe? Not 100%, not 100%. The Ofra one looks more like yellow gold, true gold. The AOA one is kind of like a little bit more muted, but I love the way that it looks wet. That looks gorgeous wet. And I think just on the fact that it's wet, like how it looks wet, girl, that looks gorgeous. Ooh, the Kylie Cosmetics French Vanilla. Does she still make these? Does she still make these? I wonder. And the Makeup Revolution Golden Light. Yeah, I think that's definitely a dupe. I think that the Kylie Cosmetics one, that one looks a little bit more prominent. Like it probably has a lot more pigment in it. But if you really wanted to have that, like, how can we describe this? It looks like a pale gold with a slight shift of silver. That's what it looks like to me. It's really, really pretty. So pretty. I wish I could pull off that kind of color, but I just can't. But do I think that's a dupe? Yes. I think the Revolution one is just a little bit more on the sheerer side, so you probably won't get as much of a punch, you know? You probably won't get that. If you like, you know, some people just love to have that metal kind of stripe on their face, and there's some people who can pull it off. I don't think I'm one of those people, but I've seen some girls walking around and it's like, damn, your highlight is crazy. Like, but I think you have to have like perfect skin, flawless skin. That's what I think you have to have. But so anyway, those are all of the highlighter dupes that I have for now. I'll probably get some another time, but yes, the next video will probably be either lips or bronzers. I've got a lot of both. Anyway, so I hope that you found that interesting and helpful. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe because I'm doing a big giveaway soon. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.